Hey kids, today we're going to talk about how the oceans and atmospheres formed. To start out, we need to go all the way back to the formation of Earth. Rocks in the space hit each other, and when they cooled, they formed the Earth. But this Earth had no water or gases to form with the atmosphere. The atmosphere would form over later billions of years.
First, all the pressure under the earth built up and formed volcanoes. The volcanoes spewed gases like carbon dioxide and water vapor. These gases formed the atmosphere and the clouds, and over time the clouds rained and rained until the oceans filled up. Here, all the water that is on earth came to the surface because of volcanoes.
One now.
Three examples of bodies of water are oceans, glaciers, and lakes. Ocean water evaporates and goes up into the atmosphere and condenses into clouds. Condensation is the process in which water collects and combines. When these clouds get too heavy, they precipitate. Oh, it's so heavy. Precipitation happens when the water in the clouds gets too heavy and falls down to Earth because of gravity. From here, water can go to places like lakes or glaciers. This is because water can end up in some areas that are super cold, like the poles of the Earth, or places near the equator.
The gases released from the volcanoes created the atmosphere, but this atmosphere had no oxygen. The atmosphere did have carbon dioxide, which has oxygen in it, but this carbon dioxide was not broken down for humans to breathe. So little oxygen. Passing out. Dying.
KO.
Over time, living microorganisms called cyanobacteria were created. An example of this that we did in class is the volcanic outgassing region, where we confirmed that gases from volcanoes have water vapor in them. These organisms are photosynthetic, or able to photosynthesize. Photosynthesis is when things like plants breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen.
This continued to happen for a long time until the oxygen levels reached 2%, or 2/100ths of the Earth's atmosphere. However, the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere did not change in the period 1.8 to 0.8 billion years ago because of the plants. Oxygen levels can also be decreased by oxidation, which is the process of 3 iron particles and 2 oxygen particles combining. Iron weighs more when it combines with oxygen because the oxygen affects the weight of the iron. The oxygen increases the amount of the weight on the material. Some evidence of this is the video that we watched on steel wool. We saw the oxidation go into the water, which changed the bottom layer to a darker color, causing it to rust and gain a bit more weight.
This increased the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere from 2% to 21%, or 21/100. We saw this by examining oxygen concentration in hardened air pockets in amber from those time periods. To wrap up this video, over billions of years, collision created larger and larger rocks. Some of these rocks contain trapped ice in it. The pressure built up under the crust and forced magma up and created volcanoes. These volcanoes evaporated the trapped ice under the crust and released it as water vapor, along with many other gases that formed the atmosphere. The water vapor released condensed clouds and precipitated to fill in the oceans.
The atmosphere was created by gas released but had no oxygen. Over time, cyanobacteria formed. Cyanobacteria is a single cellular form that helps to start the process of photosynthesis. From the time of 1.8 to 0.8 billion years ago, these organisms evolve into cellular organisms like plants. These plants would help to boost the oxygen levels from 2% to 21%. We found this information by trapped air in the hardened amber from that time period.